I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. Compliments on my accomplishments are only possible due to your involvement, volume, level, and confidence. The consequences stimulating your consciousness, activating the cognitive structures. I think all you mother and opposites still play a vital role in my conquering. The combination of confrontation and pondering. Occupation is populating the conference with conversational astonishment, consuming the comments and then vomiting up the Vonnegut. Ominous as a monster is underneath your posturepedic, possibly in the closet. It's a necropolis, scary how I'm optimistically obstinate. Ain't no domino in my dominance when I'm dropping this. Janis Joplin droplets, it sound like the apocalypse mixed with Christopher Wallace's topics on top of obelisks. It's a kabbalist novelist inside of my esophagus. Rhyme is priming is optimist and tastes like chocolate cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake.
What a beautiful day for a fight. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting Sebastian Fandora. Can you imagine having to deal with this guy's frame? They call him, of course, the Towering Inferno. Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the great.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds.
Well, I hope you brought your sunscreen. You're going to need it as we have our main event underneath the bright sunny sky.
All right. It's hard. You've got to concentrate, preserve that energy, because when the heat's on you and you get hit, that's double heat.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more, try some stick and move. A perfect counter shot. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Usually you don't have to worry about getting a sunburn when you're fighting, Johnny, but that's certainly the case today with the sun blazing.
Todd, let me explain to you. We are outside. Nobody can turn the temperature down. Nobody can turn the sun down. When that sun's beating on you, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're getting hit, when you're getting hurt, there's no key fight that's dropping in there. This is where it's real fighting. Fight on fight.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Right jab. Well done with that counter shot. Punch, counter punch. How about that time counter shot? Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent.
We need just to focus on what we're doing.
And there's the bell for round 2. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
With Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Hold that thought! Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. That hook doesn't score. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. That jab doesn't score. Can't score with that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think.
On to the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Beautiful counter shot. Just missed with that jab. As we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You okay?
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
The jab doesn't quite connect. The perfect counter lands. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, this is a very important break here for this fighter. They've been knocked down twice.
3-3.
There's the bell to start round 4. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
I need to see that again.
So So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
But look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe and move, get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense.
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. Robinson hit hard, and he may be ready to go. A much better game plan here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
We're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. A lot of work needs to be done in this corner. Two knocked.
Switch back on.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. That counter punch caught him clean. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good defense to block the hook. The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter punch. The straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
That was a terrible round, that is.
There's the bell for round 6. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
They exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments. Hold that thought! Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. Looks like trouble was averted.
Extreme Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Just missing with the right uppercut. Swing and a miss with that hook. Holding nothing back here in the round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
He was coursed in this fight, and now he's getting back into it.
Here we go. It's round 7. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He threw a punch and just got countered. That jab doesn't find a home. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Catch and shoot. That hook's blocked. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. About these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
Right, let's go then.
Round 8, and we're off again. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Good counter punch. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
That counter shot lands. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Lights out! It's over! This fight is done! And that body shot folded him like an old t-shirt.
Even I've got to see that again.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight.
Fight on by the grill, I'm like I'm Joe. Always tryna fight on by the. Always tryna fight on by the grill, I'm like I'm George. I'm coming for that dough, soon as I walk, they making noise. I'm walking through my city, they like boom by 3-0. Knock them out in 60 seconds like I'm using cheat codes. I just want that money like I'm money made. I might buy my jack and uppercut and he up on my way.
I'm Todd Grisham. The fighters are here, and they're about to get it on at the Lighthouse Theater. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
It's time for our tale. And here he is in the flesh, Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time. And he'll be facing Sebastian Fundora, fighting out of Coachella, California, ranked as the best active light middleweight by the Ring magazine.
The reach, how on earth are they going to get through that jab?
And with that, we turn it over to the world-renowned ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
You couldn't buy a seat in this place.
All right.
You'd be very lucky if you're ringside, but you know what? Watch it from home. You've got everything on a plate.
What a great venue, and what a great match. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. Got him with a left jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Good punch. There's no business like show business, and this is the most unique play anyone will ever see in this theater, mano-a-mano.
You're getting everything tonight, and you know what? When you're in a theater, you know you've got to perform. There's no cutting corners. There's no making up excuses, because you're going to be so transparent. They're laid out there.
The charts action from both of these fighters. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. Nice job blocking the left hook.
They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy? Here we go for round 2. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Good counter punch. The straight right just misses. punch caught him clean. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. Crawford in trouble. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
There's a counter shot. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Crawford in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
That was. Come on, you're going back into the fight. Great rounds, great rounds.
And there's the bell for round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations you've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
A perfect counter lands. Straight right just misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. Punch, counter punch. That left hook misses. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He blocks the right uppercut. Both men step back for just a moment. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judge.
Here we go to the 4th round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Jab misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. The straight right just misses. Forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt, it's always coming. Swing and a miss for that jab. And down goes the towering inferno. I don't care who you are. When you get caught with a body shot like that, you're going down.
Shot from the gods, they say.
1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to me. Are you okay?
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fight... Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
Can make or break a fighter.
And now you've let him back in. Now it's going to be a tough fight.
There's the bell to start round 5. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Nice counter shot. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Swing and a miss with the jab. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for... There's the bell for round 6. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Incredible work rate. A straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
I want to think of holding on here for a minute. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. talking about Crawford in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently? Here comes round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
With this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Beautiful counter punch. That jab doesn't find a home. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Get out there and switch.
And there's the bell for round 8. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Straight right just misses. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That hook doesn't score. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Crawford just got rocked. And in this replay, you can see it. That body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Clearly, his opponent was too much for him, and he's thrown in the towel. So there you have it. It is official now, and that is not the way anyone wanted. There's nothing quite like a fight at the Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won world title. And up against him, it's the Towering Inferno. Can you imagine having to deal with this guy's frame? They call him, of course, the Towering Inferno.
Just take note, Todd. Check out the reach. Check it out.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Palmer Park, Maryland, a legend of the sport, the 5-division champion of the world, Sugar Ray.
Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
Todd, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here at this venue. It's going to be something special.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell... So here we go. Should be a good one. Jab to the body. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter punch. Trying to land that jab. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Todd, this is something you can never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do we train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it, but watch when the rounds roll on.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect.
Whoa, Johnny! Fundora just got rocked. And down goes the Towering Inferno.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are ready.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering... And there's the bell for round 2. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. counter shot lands. Catch and shoot. Oh, Sebastian Fedora is hurt. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.